HAWA. And we're here for the first game of the CDBL opening weekend CDL tournament, hosted by CDBL. We have PAGLA on one team and BHAIREH on the other. HAWA, I'm not being able to see the team names, so I can't really tell which team is on with. Okay, the red team is PAGLA and the
blue
team is BHAIREH.
BHAIREH.
Trying to fix up my.
We're following Sadaf right now.
I have to. Okay, this is my first time broadcasting here, and it can't seem to. Okay. Watching H-7 right now, who's prone in the hill. Something he does and ends up being quite effective actually, even though it's frowned upon in the COD scene. Just proning in a point and being the player.
It's effective. It's effective.
When
you know where people are gonna come from, it's effective.
Interesting choice by H-7 using the XM4. It's a good gun, of course, but I mean the meta, I would say it's still the AK-47 and the Creep 6. Ooh, nice kill by H-7 right there. Got on hill. H-7 on the lead right now, Team BHAIREH. They didn't have spawns for this one, but he got in there. Okay, hill's clear right now.
We'll just move on to Tashfin. See how things are going over there.
Watching Sadaf right now using the AK-47 with the Cobra Red Dot sight, which I use too as a main AI. I feel like it's very effective, but it's frowned upon by a lot of my peers. Every time they pick my gun up, they're like, "How do you use this sight?" You know, that extra bit of zoom that it gives really helps out in the long range fights.
I think
Sadaf realized that.
I think a very important tweak in Cold War is the fact that you don't get an ADS penalty when you use an optic.
Yeah, that is huge in Cold War.
Huge.
I personally feel like that's why I'm probably better at this game than I was at the last game in the competitive scene. I don't know. Like my vision is bad. I have to blame it on my vision, I guess.
Yeah.
Good hold by PAGLA over here.
Yeah, they're bouncing back in the game.
They've taken the lead right now. Sada full on the other heady. He's waiting for his teammates, which is crucial. Over here.
Yeah.
You have to trust your teammates. You have to wait on their timing. You can't just rush into hill every time. That's just gonna end up being
especially when you don't have the advantage on hill. It's always better to run in as a team, so that everyone can draw fire rather than just one person.
I have to talk about Sadaf and how good he is.
Yeah, he's just going through the corners really well.
He's a
he got cleared out, but he did all. I think the critical jobs he had to do.
He did all he could.
Yeah. Oh, nice.
Going 11 and 8. Shumit and Sadaf, new additions to this BHAIREH team.
Yeah.
For this tournament, it used to be Safi Taffy.
Interesting choice that Safi Taffy is not playing this one.
I think Safi Taffy this time has opted out of the team, and he wants to play this game more casually.
Yeah. Less sweat. It's too cold for him.
Pushing the spawns on Wooden over there, and it didn't work out.
I think we'll move into Wasi for now and just see how he's going. Wasi's not playing hill, he's just pushed into hill now.
Okay, let me switch over to Wasi and see how that's going for him. Interesting stat. Everybody on the PAGLA team is negative except for Wasi.
Yeah.
Wasi trying
Nah,
his
actually,
best.
only Rambo is negative.
Up.
But I think everyone else is sort of pulling through as well.
Yeah, Ran just became positive. Tashfin just became positive as well. And we're up for the reset. The first rotation of the Hardpoints are done. Tashfin's pushing in for the first kill again. Oh, that was bad by Tashfin. That was really bad by Tashfin.
That was a very important play by Shumit. Very important play by Shumit.
Rambo doing what's been taught to him by Ishmam 7, proning in the hill. Wasi just going off. He's 23 and 12.
Yep.
Ishmam 7 not having the best game. He's playing hill with his XM4. 11 and 16.
Yeah, I think he's just on the hill, on the close range,
right
he's losing
holding the spawns for tube.
Yep.
Ishak, holding the spawns on this hill particularly is very important. The tube hills over here, you get the spawns for yellow, and that's how... For the first hardpoint, the first rotation,
I think that location of the map is pretty good. You get the really good aerial view.
Yeah.
Of both sides of the lane.
And that tube heady is crucial for the AR to have. Shumit Paul trying to wallbang. I'm not sure why, because it wasn't contested. So only his teammate could be there. Oh, Shumit Paul just got taken out by Hagubasa. Speaking of Hagubasa, let's move over to him. He's having a decent game so far, 18 and 19.
Yeah, Hagubasa's kills just went up really high. I think he's pulling through now.
He just got taken out under play for the third point. Pretty even game right now.
Yeah, it is. It is quite even.
Usually, I've seen these two teams scrim before, and
the interesting thing is they're both trading scores. Like, you know, no one's like completely dominating. Akbar, Akbar.
Yeah, just before we were talking about which match to commentate, and I told you this match is gonna be a good one. It's gonna be even.
Yeah. Hagubasa is doing something very critical, which often teams forget to do, which is destroying the enemy protection systems in the hill.
Yep.
He's not missing shots when he's jumping the corners to do it though as well. Insane aim.
He has very snappy aim. He's known for having that, and he's also known for being a very selfless and team player, which is crucial for his team.
Yeah, exactly.
Like the SNG roles that him and Wasi play. Wasi is more like the slayer, and he goes in for the kills. He goes in every time, and Ran has to at times Ran to complement Wasi's slaying power. He just goes in as the entry player to put himself as bait, just so Wasi can come in and get the kills. Long range fight from Ran.
The really good thing about this map is that you can hurt enemies and then keep getting into cover, because there's a lot of cover in this map. So if you get a kill, you can still jump into
AR dominant map. Because of all the cover and the long ranges, long range.
Because you'll see that.
Wasi, you got the flank right there. What a break! What a break by PAGLA. They're down and under right now. They really need to pull it up.
Yeah, they really need this play to work for them.
Oh, Wasi! Wasi ran out of ammo there and he died. Oh, that was unlucky. That was
touched by
unlucky.
Jeet.
This is highly unusual in terms of what happens in the regular scrims. Hardpoint is being won by BHAIREH.
I think BHAIREH is playing the hill very well though. What's going wrong for PAGLA HAWA is that they're sort of split out when they're trying to push the hill. And what BHAIREH is doing really well is that when they're pushing the hill, they're waiting for each other to push through.
You can tell that the comms are not on point for PAGLA right now.
Yeah, not fully.
I feel like Ish from 7's choice on the XM4 hasn't been the best. But a great hold. A great hold, and they're back in the game right now. Pagla. On the contest spot, I believe it's Wasi. I know, if I know Wasi, I know that he's gonna stay there, but it looks like it's Dashkin.
And if you look at the objectives,
it's even again.
And if you look at the objectives, time points, they're pretty much similar. Rambo and Sadaf, if you can notice, like they're playing AR and they're sort of neck and neck. Everyone's sort of neck and neck, so everyone's actually doing their role really well. So this is gonna go down to the wire.
Rambo and Sadaf are both the main airs.
Yeah, which is why you see their very similar stats. I think this game's gonna go down to the wire.
Yeah,
this is probably gonna be a very critical hill.
Like these next two rotations on the points, these are gonna be extremely crucial right now. And seems like Pagla is on the upper hand right now. Ishram 7 gets an entry kill. But
the thing that they've done really well here, Pagla, is that everyone's pushing hill. No one's just trying to play for spawns. No one playing rotation. They're just focused on the hill.
Right now, it's all about the time points.
Yep. Yep. So now they're just playing together.
If they flood this, they won't lose points on the hill. You see, that was a mistake by Nusler over there. He shouldn't be focusing on that plane.
Someone just timed out. I think Sadaf just timed out.
Oh, that's gonna be painful. There's 6 seconds left. It's contested. Pagla, 5, 4, 3, 2. Okay, I think it was contested for a bit there. And Pagla won the first hard point.
Pagla clutches through in the last few rotations. They steal the win away.
It was a bit hard podcasting here because it's not the same. It's not the same scorecard showing process of Modern Warfare, but it's gonna take some time to get used to this. Can't see the scores of the other players yet. Like I used to have in Modern Warfare, where I used to have a drop-down menu, a list view of all the players and their stats. I just don't have it right now, so I don't know who to switch to.
Which is why Cold War is... Sorry, Modern Warfare is better. There, I said it.
Not a very unpopular opinion. The community is very split on this debate right now. I personally am a Modern Warfare fan, but I have to say I'm much better at this game's multiplayer than I was at Modern Warfare. And I think I was discussing this with a few of the other players. This game has a lot more to do with aiming than it does with movement, which Modern Warfare did. Modern Warfare, like the movement aspect of Modern Warfare was much more important. Yeah. Over here, movement, like there's no sort of advanced movement. Like slide canceling isn't as effective in this game as it was over there. And like over here, for example, you want to slide as, not as much as possible because like it makes noise that gives away your position. Over here, like it's a built-in dead silence if you take the ninja perk. So if you slide, they will hear you. But if you don't, the ninja will come into effect and they won't hear you coming.
Yeah, exactly. And I think the other thing to consider is the fact that you've got, I think, Activision and Treyarch obviously have both different visions of the game.
Mm-hmm.
But I think what's been done very well in this regard for Treyarch is the fact that they focused on the traditional COD sort of gunfight and feel, which was fantastic. Yep. They've nailed it to the dollar. But one thing that they've sort of, because of that, they've done is that level of revolutionary weapon mechanics and equipment mechanics that Modern Warfare introduced. They sort of steered away from those things. Some of those sort of realistic sort of elements that the game introduced.
The gunfights felt so much more realistic and, if I must say, satisfying on Modern Warfare. Because of the realism that was put into the gameplay, the graphics, the movement.
That's correct.
Like one thing I noticed heavily is like just the little tad bits when it comes to realism. When you slide on Modern Warfare, you don't slide too far because friction comes into play in real life, and it shows in that game. Over here, when you slide it, you just go so much further. It's just not consistent in real life.
And I think it's more to do with the fact that you know, people are going to be going into more gunfights, more engagements, so having to jump in and out between fights. We're having a few issues
then
with
again,
the lobby
the
itself.
slide thing could be a placebo thing that I've been facing, but it definitely felt like that.
It could be a placebo thing, but I feel like with the I think with the arcade motion that Cold War has, it does feel like it's a lot more fast-paced. The slide is not as Modern Warfare's sliding mechanics is obviously not as fast as this one, for sure. That's for sure.
Yeah.
It's a big difference when you actually go into Warzone now. It's a big difference. We're just having a few issues with the lobby itself.
Won't take too much time to get back on. Well, gotta talk about what's coming up right now after this, the S&D round.
It's actually Control. It's actually Control. So we've for CDBL tournament this this friendly launch tournament we've flipped it around and we've made it hardpoint, then Control, and then Search and Destroy. So Search and Destroy becomes the more the deciding game if there's a tie.
That does make sense. Yep, it's always been like that for all COD competitive scenes. S&D is always the last one. Wow.
Yeah, and I think as a tiebreaker series game, I think S&D that way really, you know, heightens up the entertainment.
Yeah. But the sad that I was gonna bring up was that before like the scrims that happened between BHAIREH and PAGLA before, BHAIREH always the PAGLA always took away the hardpoint round, but you would always see BHAIREH get back in during the S&D round. So it's gonna be interesting. Like if I had to judge the relative skills of both the teams, PAGLA is definitely better at the respawn modes. And BHAIREH is a lot better at S&D.
I think traditionally BHAIREH has been an S&D squad, so if you look at the foundation of BHAIREH's squad, it comes from Call of Duty's BHAI's BD and Kire, and both these squads sort of had the traditional Search and Destroy experience. And then when we came together, we became a more when BHAIREH came together, became a more of a competitive CDL squad. And so, coming from their foundation, Search and Destroy was always their strong suit.
Yeah, always. Yeah, that's something I always used to mention even in the Modern Warfare tournaments that I've casted before. BHAIREH's strong mode was always S&D. Like it must come from the amount of Gono customs played. Am I right, Ishak?
Yeah, exactly. And all the Gono customs, pretty sure we've taken. I think we've all been a part of it. Like we've had 15, 16 people Search and Destroy, which was hectic, but fun at the same time.
It's like a pubs mode amongst friends. This is gonna be an interesting one. Oh, Moscow CDL CDL control. I don't know if you know this one, but this personally I hate this map for control. I think it's the most hated map.
Moscow's the one with those.
The reason this map is hated for control is because A is very hard to break in. Like B is very easy to cap, but it puts the attacking team at a very bad disadvantage because A is very hard to break into.
I'll be honest with you, Shabab. I've played the Cold War maps, and Moscow is probably the only map that I still do not understand. It's got so many rooms, so many pockets, and I only fear that if it was ever introduced in Modern Warfare with the door mechanics, it would be a camper's heaven for sure.
Yeah. The game was ended for some reason.
Interesting.
Are you in the game?
No, I'm not in the game.
Okay,
I think everyone just got pulled out.
So it's not just me.
Some hates you.
the ARs hold. This makes it very hard to push in from escalators. So what happens is you have to go all around the back and come in. And most good teams anticipate that push as well. So they always have somebody watching the push from the back.
So you've always got the lanes covered if you've got the right.
Yeah. So the attacking team is always at a huge disadvantage when it comes to control in Moscow. So yeah.
And I think it's a good sniping lane for snipers as well when you're playing search and destroy. I think the bombs are placed in such an angle where if you're a good sniper and you know your angles and you can trust your corner peeking skills, it's a really good map for sniping.
Sniping in this game is something. It's like
I'll be honest, I've
snipers are a lot OP.
I've sniped predominantly across the full, almost majority of my Modern Warfare 2019 time, and I feel like the sniping here is very different. I think it was very
it's
OP when it first came out, and then they've nerfed it significantly in the following patches, which makes the sniping look a little...
It was definitely
needed. It was definitely needed. When you look at the clips from the beta and the alpha, it's leaps and mountains as to how much they've actually nerfed it down. And now when you actually pick up a sniper gun in Warzone, you actually see the significant difference in how the sniper ADS and how the sniper mechanics work in Modern Warfare versus Cold War. It's interesting.
Well, one interesting thing that happened in Cold War that, like amongst the pros, that they've G8'd the sniper for all respawn modes. And you're only allowed one sniper in
which
SMD,
is interesting.
Which is huge. I haven't been in the cutscene for very long, but if I'm not wrong, I don't think that ever happened before.
Exactly, and I think it makes sense in some ways, especially because from my limited time of experience with Cold War maps, I've noticed that there are significant amount of lanes where if you had a sniper, it's a very easy pop-off. Especially because of the nature of the game that Treyarch designed, it was more for gunfights. So because of those, you're in at least 90% of the time, if you're moving around the maps, you're going to be going into gunfights. So if you were a sniper and you held a lane, 100% you're going to find someone or the other coming through those corners. Whereas Modern Warfare, you had people camping rooms.
In this game as well.
Whereas Modern Warfare, you had people camping inside rooms, inside doors. So it was a very different type of gameplay. And I think to level up with the pace of the gameplay, they had to take the snipers out of respawn. I think that was probably the right call. But here we go. We start our second game of the series. Control in Moscow.
BHAIREH is the attacking side. It's gonna be tough. They have somebody pushing them from P1.
Jeet put some friendly fire through to Sada, so there's a bit of damage that he had to take through. Jeet's actually a wild card for BHAIREH. He is probably, in terms of stats and everything, gun camos, everything, he's probably the one that's grinded the most on this game.
But in terms of the competitive scene, I think he's one of the ones who's played the least.
Yeah, in a competitive landscape, he's been out of it for a while now. So we're just following Jeet, seeing how he goes through the map.
He made his entry back in to the competitive scene for this squad.
Interesting play here. I think Jeet's intention is just to hold this window and this room.
You can see that the players left, and that opened up B right now for them.
Yep.
He's alone here. Let's see if somebody's pushing him from P1, and he's gonna have someone push him right now.
And he heard the footsteps and he picked the corner, but he had his teammate covering him. Gets Tashrin as well. That was a big play.
Over to Ishmam 7, who... If you switch over to Ishmam... Okay, he's dead right now. He just lost one. But I was gonna tell you that that was the spot I was talking about at the back of library, where you anticipate the push and you hold it right there.
Now, here's the thing: what Jeet's doing really well in this map, he's sort of going through the rooms and going through the covers really well, so he doesn't get he doesn't draw the fire.
Ishmam 7 tried to go through Golden.
He got spotted, so he backed out. Now he's in cover.
Jeet's using the cover fantastically against Rambo. He's in a gunfight, but and he plays
Rambo,
that
one of the best ARs I've played against. Oh, he's from 7 with a 2-piece at the back. They might be spawning out. They might be spawning out, and BHAIREH didn't win spawns. But they are capturing A right now. If they can get the hold over here, it's gonna be big. It's gonna be big.
That was a big play by Isham, getting Rambo.
Winning the attack round in Moscow, that's huge. Elbow. Isham 7 weakened him up. Wasi. Will he get him? Will he get him?
Yep.
Trade happened. Oh my god. Oh my god. BHAIREH.
That was a good call out by
Isham
when
right
he
now.
died.
Oh! PAGLA are coming back into this. This would have been insane if BHAIREH got this one. But right now, PAGLA seems set in. You know, right now it's gonna be very hard to break them. Rambo at the library heady. And what's not happening from BHAIREH's side is they're not pushing from the library, which is crucial.
Yeah.
Just 30 seconds left. If they're not in the hill, the time's
Big
gonna
play
run
by
out.
Sadaf here. He's trying to push through.
Oh,
He took got Rambo
Noob's there
damage
on
as well.
elbow.
He's pushing a lot
they're
of
back
damage.
in with 23 seconds left.
Big play by Sadaf
Sadly,
here.
I'm not being able to see how many lives each team has.
Oh, what a play by Sadaf again. He's actually breaking through this whole hill.
Sumit Paul gets him. Did they do it?
CIA
Oh my
win.
god, they just won
That
an
was a
attack
big
round in
play by
Moscow.
Sadaf at the end. Just watch this here. He cleared 2 people before this.
Oh.
Then he jumps the corner, knows Rambo is actually playing the AR on this team, so he knows he's
On
in
the
this
contest
corner.
squad, he knows somebody's gonna be there.
Yep, and
It
then he
has to
jumps
be
through.
because of the contest.
That was a big play. He had 5 kills here. That was a very big play by
Crucial
Sadaf.
player, Sadaf.
Yeah, good addition to BHAIREH, I think. It's a very refreshing addition. I think the formula they were missing is with Safi Taffy
the main
off.
arrow.
Yeah, Safi Taffy being a very decent AR, I think they were missing that one. And when Sadaf's come in, it was
While he had the gun skills, the patience needed for the main
and the
arrow,
experience as well. I think
Safi Taffy
Sadaf
just
brings
didn't
in
have.
wealth of experience.
Being a former part of the ABD team, one of the best teams in Bangladesh.
Yep.
Not sure what Ishmael 7 is doing here. Right now,
If you,
I mean,
if you see Sadaf's stats are far ahead than any other team combined. He really knows what he's doing here. He's playing
Look at that,
playing the map
20
really
and
well as
4.
well.
Sadaf alone.
Jeet had a really good
alone.
start to the game, but I think he's following the stream. So as soon as we start complimenting him, he's
Sadaf
dried
right
down.
now is putting his team on his shoulders. Shumit going 6 and 10, Nusler going 6 and 7, Ishmael 7 going 6 and 4 and 8.
Oh, here's the
Sadaf
first kill
definitely
streak.
Going for Hagubasa, who's using the XM4 as well. Good cap on B by PAGLA. with 1 minute 50 seconds left, they
Yep.
start their attack on A. And it's free. Not sure why Washington didn't get into the contest spot. Why he would want to go to the library with an SMG. We got some pushes from Eskies. Looking at the aerial view. One guy pushing from library right now. Not sure who that is. Hagu, library getting pushed right now. And what a kill. What a kill at library. Rambo capping A.
I think the thing I like about Rambo's gameplay is he never deviates from his objective. You'll have a lot of players who even though they're allocated an objective, they sometimes they deviate from it. But Rambo sort of focused on really playing that objective really well and doing that role for the team, which is really advantageous. It helps your teammates focus on what they're good at.
Rambo is very good aim. He is always able to hold the long lanes. And
that was a very tactical play by Wasi. As soon as he noticed Rambo is off, he jumped in.
Rambo coming in. Is he gonna get him? No, cover used well. Cover used well.
Jeet really knows the map mechanics really well, and he's just waiting it out.
Elbow! Rambo! 2-piece right there. He's gonna get the 3-piece. Both gonna keep the cover. Rambo over here waiting for his teammates.
Yep. And if you see Jeet, he hasn't moved a muscle yet. He's playing very patiently. Once he lied down there, he's gone off.
Yeah.
He's gone to bed.
His objective right now is to like stay alive. Make sure they don't get the ticks.
But I think he's been popped off just a while back. And there you go.
Oh, another attack round in Moscow.
Wow, these guys have really done their attack skills right. Just looking at the play of the game again. Sadaf with a big play in this round, but fortunately didn't work to their advantage at the end. Another important thing that you'll see most of the good players are using is that strafe and shoot mechanics. So less bunny hops.
Strafing this game is
less bunny hopping, more strafing, which is more effective.
Okay.
Because I think the aim assist here is a little more.
Somebody lagged out from HAIREH.
Sadaf again lagged out.
No, not sure what the course of action right now is. Do we stop the game over here and then wait for them to come back?
Now Sadaf should be able to join back.
Keshwam 7 got taken out at B-bomb. Ooh. Okay, they stopped the game. Okay, the score is 1-1 right now. Okay, I think it's a forfeit. Talks of a restart on this map is under works. Let's see what it's between the teams. Ishaq Bhai, will you let them know how it's gonna work? See, seems like Salah flagged out in the first game as well, which we didn't quite notice. Oh, that was towards the end of the game, yeah, if I remember. While we're waiting here, I'll try and fix up my Codcaster settings, because it's been really...
Yeah, it's fairly new for
really
everyone.
annoying. No, like, for Control, a big aspect of the game is how many lives you have left, and I just can't see that because of my Codcaster settings, and I don't know how to fix it. So yeah, without being able to see that whole aspect of the game, it's very, very hard to commentate on that. Oh, Shagbai, one thing, you can switch up the names of the teams to on the Codcaster, by the way.
Yep.
So you can put in BHAIREH versus...
So blue squad is
PAGLA.
BHAIREH?
Yeah. Unless they switch the sides, because I think sponsor Pepperchulo. Wait, to calorie hurricane. So
Chala, you can join on me. Wasi is going to be hosting next few
okay.
games. I think we're just waiting on Sadaf.
So it's experiencing some internet issues.
This will be interesting to see how Control pans out with Sadaf missing out on this one.
With Sadaf gone. Yep, definitely the strongest player on BHAIREH.
Yeah, and he was dominating Control.
Put his team on his shoulders. Then his internet crushed his shoulders.
The internet's like, settle down, lad. Not today.
Well, the map score is 1-1 for both. I believe BHAIREH is gonna be attacking right now. There we go. I was able to fix up my scorecard and everything. It's gonna be good now.
So you've got Team Blue as
But the blue team,
PAGLA HAWA.
Blue team right now is PAGLA HAWA. Rambo, I don't know what he was doing there. He just sat there, grandmas, and didn't do anything while he was being shot at.
He's just being nice.
Tashvin
goes for an execution on Jeet.
and he gets it.
He gets it.
Not sure what's happening right now. Are they AFK? Oh no.
No, they're not.
Getting the cap on air, Rambo.
Four
right now.
comms there by Keef because he got shot down by Tashvin but didn't put the comms through.
Not sure. What's one of the BHAIREH players are just proning and standing up. Oh, they're just fixing up the score on this one. Okay.
Tashvin got a few extra kills here.
Nice play by Ashwin Chaudhary. Pagla is missing one of their main players, Jasser Siddiq, today. Not sure why he wasn't able to join, but he wasn't. And Ashwin Chaudhary.
And I think for the viewers, if anyone's watching the stream, what's happening is BHAIREH and PAGLA HAWA already started their control game on Moscow. The scores were 1-1 when unfortunately some team players timed out and had to glitch out. And so we're just restarting the game and starting from 1-1 again. And
so to take the score there, it's not
some good scenes here by Wasi shooting the massive statue at the spawn point.
Is that Lenin? Wonder who that's the statue of. Bit of teabagging going on right here. Wasi just killed Shumit. Love to see that. Okay, now the game's about to start for real.
So I think this is an interesting debate. Thoughts on running with a melee knife versus an actual handgun, which keeps you in the gunfight.
I think running with the melee weapon is absolutely dumb in this game because it doesn't give you the extra speed that you used to gain in Modern Warfare.
Yep.
So
I think even if it did, just having that extra handgun just keeps you in the gunfight on those critical places.
If it gave that bit of if it gave you that bit of mobility, I wouldn't mind it. But in this game, it just doesn't. Meleeing in this game is very slow, so
He had a really critical angle
I
there,
feel like it's slow,
taking off Kif while he was trying to pop off a teammate. But yeah, go on, Shabab.
Yeah, like I was saying, if it given the extra mobility, I would be fine with using the melee a knife. But in this game, it is not the case.
Yeah,
and
I think
like
that is a preference point. A lot of players, when they have that visual satisfaction of being really fast in mobility,
playing it
they just feel better. They just feel better about their movement. They're just more confident.
I feel the placebo as well, but it just doesn't. It's just not there.
But yeah, you'll often see with the TTK change to Cold War. I think just running that handgun with you, just really helps you win.
Especially one big point in Cold War is that the pistols are so much better in this game.
Yeah, it's more stable.
Pistols in Modern Warfare is something they did not do right. Pistols were incredibly bad. Unusable, to say the least, except for the M19.
Yep. You actually had a few pistols that also had the issue of not being aligned correctly, so when you shot, it actually went diagonally. So you actually had to aim in a way so that when the recoil took place...
I have the life advantage right now. With 19 lives to 13. It's never... Oh, a team kill by Ranmanan on Waz.
Ishmael holding the lane really
not having
closely.
too great a game. 2 and 6. And they're watching the back push. What BHAIREH is doing is that they're watching the back push. They're putting a lot more pressure on Dabs than the S keys push.
Wasi tried to put a big play in, but didn't work out for him.
If Ranmanan got that would have been big, getting the lives. 8 respawns left for PAGLA. Not looking too good.
That was a big kill by Wasi. Another one, really good play by Wasi here to clear out this section of the map.
And they're on the A-cap again. Shots by Hagubas there. Gets the guy on the head. Gets Shuit Paul. Crucial play. Crucial play. That is exactly what was needed. Ranmanan's they're gonna see a push from elbow soon.
Oh, Shumit Paul gets Manan. Rambo going 2 and 8. Not sure what's happened. Not having the best day, Rambo, over here. Usually he's one of the top players from Pagla. 14 seconds left. Ooh, BHAIREH take this one out.
That's a good play by BHAIREH, even though you had Wasi putting in the pressure in the main areas of the map. I think BHAIREH just held it through really well. And the
See, this is the play I was talking about from Ran Mannan. A crucial play.
Yep.
This didn't work out.
But I think what was happening is most of these plays were happening on lone gunmen. You didn't have a teammate just coming in to take that trade quickly as well.
Yeah, that's the biggest problem for Pagla. They have a very good set of individual players. They
just need to go in together for the objective.
The team mechanics haven't been worked out yet. Wasi just passed somebody over there, Cubby. Didn't realize.
Yep. I think both of them just mutually agreed not to shoot each other.
Yeah. Oh, Wasi shot Sonish from 7 right there.
This is really good by Pagla right now. They're trying to get both sides of the objective.
Wasi's gonna get. Oh no, Wasi gets taken out right there at yellow.
That reduces the pressure on BHAIREH right now, just to hold one side of the objective.
Oh, somebody from Pagla lagged out right now. Yeah, Rambo lagged out. I believe he was having some network issues. Maybe that's why he wasn't doing too well. Everyone going negative from Pagla's side. So one man down.
And I think that's just a true testament of how important having an AR player is, and having that AR player perform his role properly.
Yep, the ARs are crucial. Especially the main AR. It's holding
and if
long
your AR
lanes,
is struggling for whatever issue it is.
Let's keep it like this. It's a cold night, and the ARs are the blanket to the SMGs.
Oh.
The ARs need to be there to protect the SMGs.
Kazi Shah
all the
Islam.
long lanes. I try, Ishak bhai, I try.
Rambo's back on. Hopefully this changes things around for them.
Seems like BHAIREH has the upper hand for this one. Ranmanan coming in from library. Ooh! Right there. Who took him out right there? Shumit Paul. Power position. Power position on the... Oh, BHAIREH took it out. So 1-1 series score. Gonna go down to S&D, guys.
There you have it, guys. BHAIREH takes 3-1 in control to even up the series at 1-1. This is going to go down to the wire and S&D, and hopefully we have a very stable game with no lag outs or anything as such to have a really good tiebreaker for the series. What was the map for Hardpoint again, Shabab? The map.
The map for Hardpoint was Checkmate.
Checkmate.
I think the teams are getting some router resets on because of all the lag outs. Trying to make sure that it doesn't happen in the last game.
Interesting thing for the viewers to know as well, if there is any right now, is we allow about 5 to 10 minutes between each game of the series to lobby up and realign your tactics and everything, because they do change from game to game, and with the GAs in place where you've got different team members having to use snipers or something like that, it allows players to actually change their classes, realign their tacticals and their lethals as well. I think if internet connection was our friend, I think you'd actually have squads communicating amongst themselves to debrief on how the game went in the last one, to really up themselves for the next one. But because of so many connection issues, I think everyone just gets so distracted by those things. It's a shame.
It's very hard these COVID times to coordinate these online tournaments. Maybe if we were in Bangladesh, Ishak, we'd host a physical tournament, like a LAN tournament of sorts.
Oh, 100%. I think the opportunities would be endless if we were established physically in Bangladesh.
The future, it might happen.
You never know.
Things are coming. Big things are coming.
Yeah.
And this is just the start, and this is a friendly tournament that we're hosting, but we're gonna host bigger tournaments.
Yep, of course. So, I think this is only for us and our perspective. This was just to get the teams ready for the competitive landscape, because we will be rolling out a lot of tournaments, competitive ones for CDL going forward, and so this was more to get the teams accustomed to the CDL rules and how the whole process works in Cold War. It's very different, and obviously how much Modern Warfare and how different Modern Warfare is to Cold War. I think it's something that every team's been appreciative of to actually take on board and participate, because I think it's pretty important before you actually go into a tournament to actually know how all the CDL stuff is actually playing out right now. And I don't think Cold War has received a formal. Yep, I think we're just gonna have a change in the lobby.
A change of host. But yeah, you're right. The CDL leagues haven't begun in Cold War, so a lot of things aren't here yet. For example, in Modern Warfare, we used to have these CDL pubs and all the CDL rules set up from before.
Yep.
Over here, it is not set up quite right yet.
It's set up, but it is a very
it's set up, but like
it's a very liquid.
For example,
piece right now. It's very fluid. Everything's changing day in, day out. Which is interesting.
Yeah. The pros are testing everything out, trialing the guns.
The interesting one that they've included this time around is the pros are trying out kill streaks, seeing how that pans out, which is good and bad in a way as well. Because if you look at the tradition,
I personally am not a very big fan of sports streaks.
And I think if you look at the tradition that they built up. Yeah, and if you look at the tradition they built up in Modern Warfare, where it's more gunfight focused, trying to make it gunfight focused, so that you're. But then again, the kill streaks in Modern Warfare were very overpowered.
The thing about it is that we're actually in the minority over here. Most of the community and the pros want the sports streaks in. They don't feel the same way about it.
Which makes sense. So. Which absolutely makes sense.
It's a more COD thing. COD, one of the biggest things about COD was the sports streaks. So I understand their point of view.
Yeah, and it 100%. Makes sense to have it. It does put in some sort of an entertainment element. At the same time, you've got that sort of, let's say, sweat to actually help your teammate with those score streaks as well. Like there's a desire to actually maintain and sustain your deaths and all that. So puts a very interesting element into the gunplay. And I think the element of not having them in Modern Warfare was just because the kill streaks overall were very overpowered. You had the cruise missile that was very easily accessible.
The cruise missile is here as well. It's being used by the pros actually.
Yep.
Right now, if you, from what I know, the pros are trialing out. From the streaks that they're trialing out there,
I think it's artillery and
the cruise missile.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
And artillery, I think, is very far down the line on the score streak.
Okay, this is gonna be an interesting search and destroy. It's at raid. Raid was a new addition in the last update.
And you've got the community divided on this as well. So if you look at the CDL setup, raid is actually not on there. There's a lot of discussion panning
raid
out.
historically has been a pubs map and not a CDL map, but this time it's in the run for it. I believe it probably will be a CDL map. Not confirmed yet, but all the pros are playing it, so it's probably going to happen. And honestly, as a SNE map, I really like it. I can't say this is the same for Hardpoint.
It's a really good map because of how it duplicates on both sides. So both teams have good cover on each side. Both teams have the same angles, same advantages, same corners. So it is a good map for search and destroy. Yep.
Quick bomb plant on B, but the bomb carrier noobs there. Gonna get pushed from the back. Okay, he's in a sandwich position right now. Tashfin's last alive. He's gonna come through pillars. It's gonna be an easy kill for BHAIREH right here.
BHAIREH's got the position really well stuck in. Tashfin has to do something wondrous to actually break this. Jeet's taken off. I think this is where some teams just need to be a lot more patient, especially on those 1v3, 1v4 clutch moments where you lose patience of just looking for the player itself.
Especially when you have the bomb down, there's no need for you to go around.
Yeah, exactly. And I think it worked out really well for them, but it can get really messy sometimes. For those watching, blue is BHAIREH and red is PAGLA HAWA.
Spectating Hagubas over here, who has his pistol out. Oh, Hagubas is sniping. That's right, because Rambo is usually their main sniper. But Ranmanan recently has been doing bits with the sniper.
That's a good plant by...
Bomb planted it. That bomb's down right now. All you have to do is lock it down.
Yep. Kif
yep.
going all the way through the flank.
Right now.
That's the last player of BHAIREH, and they get him.
Right there.
Good play there by PAGLA HAWA to get back in the game.
The Rambo did one shot. It's like he sniped him with the quick.
Now this is what I like about Raid, and I think this is why competitive players are sort of contemplating inclusion of this. As I was saying initially, both sides of the map give you an even balance on the gunfight. It duplicates on both sides, and so every lane, every team, every player actually has the same sort of cover. So no one's at an advantage than the other. But in this case, both teams on the attack have won. We want to see some defense wins here as well. I think especially in this area, stealth is a big thing.
Cover again.
On Bomb B. Ishmam breaks through on Bomb B.
Ishmam 7 took Rambo.
Ishmam's being cornered here.
Oh, Zoop's there! What a kill right there. He was weak and still got Tashfin. Not very good from Tashfin, I'd have to say.
Ishmam's done really well here. He was pinned down, but he took the cover really well, played it out really well. Now it's a 1v2 situation as well.
Wasi gets one. Last one's in the window. What's Wasi gonna do over here? Going for the wrap over here. I think he knows
Ishmam's read that play really well here. And he knows Wasi, he's expecting Wasi to come through, but Wasi's smoke has really thrown Ishmam off. Ishmam's now really looking for Wasi, seeing that if there's any. But Ishmam's, I think what Ishmam's done really well is. Ooh, they've just traded spots literally.
Wasi should get on bomb right now. Ishmam 7. I think Wasi's got this. No, Ishmam 7. Oh, great play by Ishmam 7. Claps. Great play.
But I think Wasi did really well there. To get Ishmam thrown off with that smoke, that was a really good play. Unfortunately, the timing of the bomb was just not on his play. To get more, to just arrange himself a little more to get Ishmam into gunfights, make him weak and stuff. I think that's the play he didn't have with him. Just gonna spectate Wasi here for a bit. He's got the bomb. It's gonna be a B plant. I think with the B plant you just have to be a little patient, especially because when you push into B, you're far out in the open.
It's an open ground.
You just have to pop off a few.
Angles.
Yep.
Very little cover over there. Nope's there. Nope's there is probably gonna get taken out. Oh, this is cover well again.
The poor thing that happened here
for... take one out right now. Gets traded by Hagubasa.
What Pagla did really poorly here is their bomb planter did not have much cover when he was planting. You had, I think, Hagupasa putting through some sniper cover from the end, but that's just not enough if you're going for a plant.
Tashfin gets taken out. That wasn't too good. Hagupasa last alive.
It's a 1v1 situation. This is going to be very interesting.
I know he can cut these. I think Rand's gonna expect the.
Kif's very new in the competitive scene. I think he's
gonna bait bomb.
And he's playing I think the call's been made from his teammates to just play time. And I think they've got the time advantage.
Okay.
There you go.
BHAIREH take this one away.
BHAIREH takes this one.
3-1.
I think this is where things went wrong. This is where the thing went wrong. Wasi was planting without any cover. If Ryan was peeking when Shumit was coming through, it would have been an easy kill on the stairs. It just happened, unfortunately.
That's how I feel about like quick plants. I never feel like they're always like if the bomb's down, if it works out, it's a huge advantage. But usually. You just need some firepower when a plant is coming place, and you need to protect your bomb carrier as well. Even without that, I'd wanna get a few get a 1 kill in before going in for the quick plant.
Yep, 100%.
Great kill. Oh,
I think that's what BHAIREH is doing really well here. They're getting a few kills before the actual plant takes place. They're clearing out the areas, making sure it's safe. Just watching Ishmam try to take that. Yep, Ishmam just trying to take that goal.
Oh, got timing right here. If he didn't go up front. Oh,
nope,
okay.
They've got
there
it.
There we go. 4-1. That's what I was telling you. Ishak, BHAIREH are an exceptional team when it comes to S&D.
Yep, they're ripping through this area. And what BHAIREH is doing really well is Ishmam's moving through, and what they're targeting is taking the power positions.
He's 7 and 2 right now.
Yep. 7. And they're just playing the power positions. They know which power positions they need to take to protect the bomb, be it on defense, be it on attack, and they're just playing those areas really well. Ryan gets a tag with his sniper on Ishmam, but not enough to get him down. Putting my Warzone terminologies here as well.
Tashfin, oh, what a kill by Tashfin on Keep.
I think this is going to be a very critical round to raise some momentum for Pagla. They really have to bet down the bomb here.
Really like to see a comeback over here.
See, once again, I think this time they've done it really well here. They've planted the bomb and they've got both sides of the bomb really well protected. So if any pushes
Tashfin, that was
they've
a
taken
risky
off.
Push. No need for that.
Now Ishmam's got the full pressure on him, especially because Pagla has
what
all
Tashfin's
angles
doing
covered
here,
in.
just running around coverless without any cover.
There you go.
This
was really well played by Pagla this time around. This was probably the most ideal round they've had. They had both sides of the bomb covered when they went for the plant. They took on the power positions. They got the final win in this round.
If you notice, they got the first blood as well. First blood.
Yep. First blood in search and destroy is very critical. If your sniper can do that for you, it's
so crucial.
Yep, exactly. Taking that early pop off, very important.
Statistically, whichever team gets the first blood usually wins.
Yep, because you've got that man advantage to play with.
Man advantages in SNDs is huge. From 7 is gonna get a.
Ryan here has a really good position.
They keep on doing the same thing. Rambo keeps on doing the same thing.
Ryan Hagupasa has got a very good position. He's on a full flank. Poor comms by his squad. Jeet's trying to push that play, but yep. Ryan's made this very critical play.
One big thing I noticed from Rambo, and he kept on doing the same thing and keeps on getting picked off by Monster. He's just giving him a free kill every round. Not sure what's going through his head right now.
I think it's the map. I think it's just overall this map is fairly newly introduced. And it's been a while since everyone's played on this map, so just understanding the map mechanics is very, very crucial. That was a very good play by Hagupasa in the last round. Just going to be following Ishmam again on this round because he's been playing the defense really well. And he's got his few known pockets that he tries to play in.
Pagla's going for the A plant, but
Ishmam's watching it really well. He's got the smoke. Someone needs to cover Wasi. There you go. Someone's got him right away.
The trade's been done.
Trade's been done. Tashfin goes for the push.
Bomb planted by Pagla again. Keith keeps going for the flank that he went for before. Noob Slayer got Tashfin. No! Is it over? Yes, it is.
Yeah. Good play by. I think what they did really well there is that they both went from both sides of the spawn to single out Pagla's teammates. They didn't want to get double teamed by Rambo and Tashfin. So they both from both each trusted their own gun skills and got the win. I think that's very important in those 2v2, 1v2 scenarios where you try to create as much distraction to split the team players out so that they're not that coordinated. Good kill there by Hagupasa on Ishmam. Takes the really critical player out. It'll be interesting to see how it spans out here now. BHAIREH really on the push here to get that win.
Oh, what a
good play by Hagupasa here, but doesn't work out. BHAIREH takes the win.
Traded. It's over. BHAIREH takes the.
BHAIREH takes the win for the search and destroy and the series with that. Well deserved win for BHAIREH. They really outnumbered on search and destroy here for against Pagla. They won most of their gunfights.
Next,
it was a really good series.
Pagla is gonna be. Next Pagla game is between IBDA and Pagla, and BHAIREH versus Guti.
Both teams, both of their opponents are actually in a game right now, which will be interesting.
No, they're done. The IBD won that 3-0.
Oh, great. So I'm going to end this stream and then start a new one. Thank you all for watching, whoever did. We're going to be watching BHAIREH versus Guti for the next one.